Okay, we're live from Boat Harbour. I just found this little track. I thought I'd have a little look down here and see what it looks like. So let's turn this around. Look at the sneaky little track I found. Probably shouldn't spend too much time down here because we don't know what the signal's going to do. But here, look at this place. Look at this. Isn't this gorgeous? This sneaky little track that just takes you around. Hi, Catherine. Good morning. And I can hear black cockatoos somewhere, so I'm keeping an eye out for them, just to see if they come any closer. Right. Just go down here, just a little way. Here we go. Look at this. Hi, Joanne. Hi, Laurie. Hi, Anne. Look. Isn't this amazing? Every time I open the door at this place, I find a new spot, and it's absolutely gorgeous. Hi, Natalie. Hi, Adriana. Lovely to see you. All right. So, look where we're starting from. From your dentist office. Wow. Hi, Lethargy. Yeah, here we are. Look, this is where we're standing. I parked the car. I thought, I'll just have a look down over here and see what's down here. And found another new little spot. Look at the waves breaking over there. I've got to zoom in on that. Look at that. Whoa. That looks amazing. All right, we're going to head over there. We're actually going to, well, maybe not quite to that exact spot, but we're going to walk around this little bay, down onto the beach, around this little bay, and then we're going to head across to the other side and have one last look at Boat Harbour, because it's a beautiful spot. And as you all know, we're leaving Port Stephens in a couple of weeks. So, it's gorgeous, Emily. And these are the houses that overlook the beach here. Look at that. What a top spot to live. So I don't know if Fliss is going to join us today, but when I posted the Boat Harbour tour, she said that she used to come and stay here when she was much younger. I knew the family that lived across the road. So you never know, we may see Fliss and she can give us some of her insights. Look at the dew on the grass this morning. That's my tracks where I walked. You can see where I walked this morning. Okay. So here we are. Good morning, everyone. Thanks again for joining me, as always. And we're here at Boat Harbour. For anyone who joins who doesn't know me, my name's Lynn. I think we all know each other by now. And today we're taking one last look at Boat Harbour in the gorgeous Port Stephens area. Our stay here in Port Stephens is coming to an end shortly. So I'm really just trying to catch up on some of our favourite places before we go. Before we begin, I'd like to acknowledge that we meet today on the traditional lands of the Warramai people and pay my respects to their elders, past, present and emerging. Alrighty, so let's head off. And when I pulled the car up, look, there she is over there. When I pulled the car up, there was a kookaburra sitting on this railing here. But he's obviously camera shy because he's not there now. So here we have this nice little playground park here for the kids. I like when I see wooden ones. So much more interesting than the plastic ones, don't you think? So we're going to head down onto this little beach, go for a walk, and up over the other side over there, and then around to the rocks, and really just soak up this gorgeous Boat Harbour and the wild coastline where the waves come crashing over the rocks. So this is literally about 8 minutes drive from where we're living. And when we come down here, we see that we're still connected to the coastal walk, the Tomari coastal walk. It is cute, isn't it? Here, look, sorry, I should have had a closer look. Let's go and have a look at it. Just in case Australian style playgrounds are different to where you guys are from, which is all over Canada, the Netherlands. Who else have I seen here today? Some of you are from the US. Here, look, we've got the rope course. It looks a bit like a spider web. And this almost like a crow's nest up here. Do you remember the playgrounds of the old days where everything was a hazard? But they still have the metal slides, so you can still burn yourself on hot summer days. What's on the ground? It's mulch. It's like a wood chip. So sometimes we have playgrounds with soft fall, that sort of rubberized stuff, and sometimes you have mulch. Hi, Michaela. Good morning. We're just having a little look at a little playground because it might be different, an Australian child's playground to what you guys might be used to in other parts of the world. So yeah, it's a bit cute. And then you've got my granddaughter would love this. Then you've got the ropes here and the monkey bar thing there. Oh, you have something similar, Natalie? Fantastic. Yeah. I like it when a little bit of imagination has been used in designing things like this. It's like the climbing walls, isn't it, with those handholds. Okay, we're not here to see playgrounds though, so let's move along. We've got one person on this beach with his dog. It's not an off-leash. I think that's a bit steep for me. I think I'll go down the ramp. It's not an off-leash beach, although in some places if it's remote enough, people tend to ignore that instruction. Hi Sarah. Okay, just carefully with my knees going down this slope path here. This is actually a place where you can back your boat into as well. So I think that's the reason why it's called Boat Harbour. I can't think of any other reason because I've never seen any boats moored here. But that's a little ramp where you can back your trailer down and bring your boat in and launch out into this little bay. So it's 7 o'clock, or just gone, 7 o'clock in the morning. Sunrise was at about 5:45. So just over an hour since sunrise, but we're still getting that lovely low light shining across the water's edge here. There's a little bit of sea mist this morning. And there's a lot of seaweed on the beach, so I think we've had some wild seas over the last few days, and that's caused all this seaweed to be washed up on the sand. So, all different kinds of seaweed, different colours, different shapes, washed up on the sand here. Well, I don't know what that is. Could be a sea urchin, perhaps. Keeping an eye out for any shells we might see, just in case. There's a piece of something with some pinky kind of seaweed attached to it. And you can see that right across the beach is just covered with seaweed at the moment. So that would be because of the wild seas that we've been having. What have we got here? That looks interesting. Oh, it's all soft and squishy. Don't know what that is. We'll leave it alone. There's another one. Here's something. Oh, look. This is like a sea sponge, I think. Interesting colour. These are some of these things I've never seen before. There's another one of those pink ones. All right, let's keep moving. They do present some interesting photographic angles though, don't they? Okay, so we'll head along the beach. What's the sun doing at the moment? It's a little bit overcast today. Oh, the waves coming to get me. That one came in a long way. My shoes aren't the best for getting wet, so we'll try and avoid it. And high tide, I think, is due. It's a really green one. Look at this one. I wonder if any of these are edible. It's a good chance. High tide's due in an hour or so, I think. Maybe 2 hours. So it feels like it's an incoming tide. Okay. So we leave this area on the 29th. What is it today? The 15th? Yep, 2 weeks. 2 weeks today we leave. And head down to Newcastle. So our next house sit is going to be in Newcastle. And we're only there for 10 days. But the homeowners there are fighter pilots. A young couple that get posted here, there and everywhere. And Sarah, what's Sarah saying? Maybe, maybe not. I'm not sure what that's in response to, Sarah. Oh, maybe the edibility of the seaweed. Is that what you mean? Yeah, could be. I think this plant might be borrowed from the Americas. Is that something that you guys recognise? This big thing here? I'm not sure where it's from. No, there were no animals on the beach. No casualties that I saw. And here we go, we pick up the coastal walk again. So a lot of work's been done recently to connect up all the missing bits of the coastal walk, and we are here just to show you a couple of places. The big sand dune starts at that point there. Some of you might recall a sunset that we did at a beach festival. We did a sunrise at 1 mile. The koala hospital is around about here. And I posted a recording where we drove along a dirt road. That was headed to Big Rocky. There was a goanna in that one. And Zenith Beach is where we finished up one time when we walked along Shoal Bay and ended up at Zenith Beach. But the walk goes all the way along here, and it's magnificent. Hi, Lynn. All right, I'm getting some repeated comments, which is always a bad sign, so I'm going to keep moving. I hate it when that happens. I can see Emily, yes, a few times. What did you ask, Emily? What's everyone saying yes to? Anyone else buffering a bit? Oh, goodness me. Seems I can't win, can I? How are we doing now? Are we still buffering? Because I've got a choice of which way I can take you here. And I think I will try and keep it as safe as possible in terms of signal. Please let me know how the signal's looking. We have done reliable tour here a couple of times before, so let's head in that direction where we know that the signal is pretty reliable. I was going to take you over to a memorial, and I'm not sure what you would call it. It's kind of a place that just gives pause to anyone who's feeling down or feeling that there's no hope, and asks them to take a moment and pause and think before doing anything that would cause sadness to people who love them. So we've bypassed that because I'm not sure what the signal's like in that direction. Emily's giving me lots of thumbs up. It's still buffering. Oh no. All right, I'm just going to press on, guys, and we'll cross our fingers and hope that things improve, because I know that we have had success over here previously. So head towards the rocks. Head this way. Houses in this direction. Where there's houses, there should be a signal, or you would think. Better now here, Lynn. All right, okay, good, excellent. So I've taken a little detour from my original intended route, and we'll head this way. So I think what's going to happen moving forward is that I'll probably end up doing more recordings as I get better at delivering them. This first one I'm doing that's ticketed is an experiment. I'm not sure if ticketing is the way that I'll go or whether I'll just continue the way that I have been so far. My gut feeling is that I get a better response to delivering tours that aren't ticketed, but then again, I've never done one before, so the last thing I want to do is exclude anybody. I want to always be able to offer content to everybody, so it may mean that I do one ticketed once in a blue moon and everything else is free to join. Anyway. All right, here we are. Let's have a look. This is just stunning, this part of the coast. And I do need to be careful. I don't have anyone with me today, so I need to be extremely careful that I don't do anything silly, because there's no one here to pick me up and help me. Emily says, I just had a Wiggles flashback. Beep beep. Little red car. Okay. All right, look at this. So I was going to head over in that direction over there. but that's where you started to tell me that it was buffering. So we'll stay over this side. So after the overheating episode the other day, where my phone overheated and cut out 4 times, and I restarted my phone 4 times and had to re-log into YouTube and the streaming app 4 times. I'll just show you what I'm walking across here, because it is quite lovely. Oh, thanks, Barbara. I took my phone yesterday to the phone shop and had them look at it, and they gave me a few tips. They upgraded my iOS, which I can't do at home because I've got no Wi-Fi. So they did that for me. Told me I had way too many tabs open. Oops. Are we all guilty of that? Is it just me? I don't think it's just me. And I also bought a GoPro Hero, and that's what I'm going to use to travel with next year. So I'm going to use my phone. I'm going to use the GoPro Hero as well. And it can get wet. It has a long battery life, and it has the ability to live stream connected to the phone. So I may still have the issue of, I'm definitely going to have the issue of signal. But I think in Southeast Asia it's going to be much better than here. Our internet's appalling in Australia. Okay, how are we doing? Just looking for places to put my feet. This is my path. Which one did you miss, Emily? Oh, that was the sunflowers. After I overheated 4 times, the app managed to cobble together 5.5 minutes of footage. And I was out there for at least 40 minutes. So a lot of that time was spent restarting. But I got more than 5 minutes of footage. I know I got more than 5 minutes of footage. Anyway, that's how it was. Yes, it was one of those days. Okay, look at this gorgeous sea. Wild. You would never swim in here. It's too wild. Where the water's rushing over the rocks over here. And the colour of the rocks. Yeah, well, I managed to get rid of about 10 or 15 tabs this morning. So that's good. But it's all important stuff, you know. It's a reminder for me to go back and check something, or, you know, it's research for our trip, or I can hear those cockatoos. Or it's research for something else. You know, I might be researching somewhere that I'm planning to do a tour from, and it's all important stuff. They're open for a reason. Oh, thanks, Sarah. I'm glad I'm not the only one. Yeah. All right, I'm going to see if I can walk out along this bit a little way. So tell me straight away if the signal starts to buffer here. But this is where we are in relation to houses. Sorry, people having breakfast, but there's the houses right across the road. And these people are just having their breakfast outside their camper, so I won't linger on them. It's getting really humid. Good morning. So let's try this trail over here and see how far we can get out along this point. This is supposedly the best place to watch the whales from, but I've just haven't been lucky since living here. But apparently we can get to see southern right whales and humpback whales typically. And there's a little bit here about the whale watching path. And I also think that we're right at the very end of the whale watching season. There they are, 2 black cockatoos. Oh my goodness, you're flying the wrong way. You're flying the wrong way, guys. Back this way. Oh dear. Anyway, we maybe got a glimpse of them. And there's a little bit more about the whale watching path here. And I think this is more about how it came about. Volunteers helping with weed eradication and pests. This area probably had a lot of rabbits in the past. Oh, it is a wild sea. It really is. Beverly. Oh, Beverly. This is the first I've caught you on tour. Live, Lynn. Hi, Beverly. It's wonderful to see you. Thank you so much for coming along. Thank you for joining me. It's lovely to see you here. Of course, everyone knows Beverly, yes? Bev, who runs our Going Places Facebook group. And big welcome. I know you get very busy, Bev, so I really am glad that you were able to make it along. All right, so this is where we might lose the signal. Please, 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 please stay with me, signal. This is where I really want to get out to the end of this point and show you what the view is like from out here. Oh, look at those waves. Whoa. Crunches, big crunches. Wow. Fantastic. Fantastic. All right, not too far. Almost at the top. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, look at this. All right, we are going to find a spot to do the big 360, well, 270 maybe. Start over this side. Gosh, it's like a washing machine down there, isn't it? Look at that. Okay. Slowly panning around. Let's get in a bit closer over here first. Okay, so in we go, around this way. You can see how misty it is over on the hillside there. That's all sea mist, salt spray. And then over here, I'm going to wait for a big one. I want to wait for a big one to come up at this point. I think we'll get one in a second. There's one. I think we can do better than that. Come on. Come on, sea, do your thing. What a wild, magnificent, beautiful place. Oh, Bev, I hope you find it healing to be here. And then over this side on the right, look at the sea churning. Thanks, Barbara. Look, I'll be very careful. In places like this, I'm pretty careful because I know what the risks are. It's in places with flat paths that I tend to go over. Now, I could climb down there, and if I had Richard with me, I would attempt to climb down there and out to where that lifesaver ring is. But on my own, I'm not going to do it. So I can assure you that I'm not going to take any risks. As much as I'd dearly love to take you over there. All right, let's go over this side a little way. This is it's fairly flat. It's just sort of on an angle. That's what the rocks look like. And I hope you can all hear the sea. I'm just going to carefully step down this rock here. There we go. All right. Just nature's magnificence. And we've been over to this little beach on the right on one of my tours before as well. There's a little beach just over there. Zoom, zoom, zoom. There it is. And I'm watching the waves crash against that rock right in the middle of the screen. And it's overcast. There's no sun. But in my view, that just adds to the atmosphere. There's a little pocket of flannel flowers just over here to my right. The flowering is just finishing, so let's go over and have a look at those as well. There's some at my feet as well. So these are the little flannel flowers that are just finishing their flowering season. Some of you may recall that we've seen them on several of my tours, and I'm always posting pictures of them because I love them so much. Let's have a look at the ones just over here. See if there's any flowers still open. All right. Maybe. Oh, I think I see one. Okay, here, look. Isn't that gorgeous? And you can see that the bulk of them are curling over. They're just finishing flowering. Just over here, just finishing flowering. Thanks, Sarah. Thanks, Lynn. Oh yeah, thanks Natalie as well. Yeah, so the flannel flowers just finishing up. And then in behind, look at the sea, look what it's doing. It's getting very humid. I can already, what time have we got? I think it's, looking at the time here, I think it's just gone 7:30 a.m. and I've already got perspiration running down my back. It's waves out to sea. It's a wild sea, and the crashing, can you hear the crashing of the sea behind me where we were looking a moment ago? Let's go back and have another look at that. Which way shall I go up? I'll go up this way. Here we go. It is a great view, isn't it, Lynn? I think the chat that I'm seeing is a little bit behind what's actually happening. So that's probably down to the lagging that we were experiencing before. So it's actually calmed down slightly. Let's see what happens in the next few. Oh, whoa, just missed that. Just missed it. There might be another one. I've got to... This is why you need a 360-degree camera, isn't it? A VR. A VR camera. So you can go whiz left, whiz right. I don't want to do that to you and make you all seasick. Okay, I think there's a bit more action happening over this way. So this is the beautiful, beautiful coastline of what's called Boat Harbour. So it's actually the suburb of, or the township of Boat Harbour, as in harbour itself. We're probably just talking about that little beach where you can put your boat in and go fishing. No actual harbour as such. Now I'm going to zoom in on some of these rocks so that you can get a better look at the formations. I know it's a bit dark. Oh, Emily, I have enjoyed that so much, so much. I've got a beautiful photo of me cuddling a wombat. I'm not allowed to share it on social media, and I'm just itching to do so. I would love to share it with you guys. I have one more day there. Today I'm meant to be there, but we're actually heading down to Sydney today. We're going to see the German consulate tomorrow, and I'm staying at my parents' place tonight. So next Thursday is going to be my very last time, and yeah, I'll be giving them extra sweet gum leaves. When no one's looking, I'll give them the really, really sweet tips. Oh yeah, but last week it was really, really lovely. I was with another carer. His name is Charlie, and last Thursday our job was to weigh Charlie and give him treatment. So he has 2 medications plus a smoothie, a gum leaf smoothie. So he was up in the tree when I got there, and we thought, it's going to be a challenge to get him down. So while she and a third member of the team leader, went to find some extra juicy tips to try and tempt him out of the tree with, and I was just there with him on my own, he just started coming down. He climbed down the tree. He went and sat on the crossbeam under his, they call it a gunya, is the roof, the shelter in each of the enclosures. And he was just there looking at me, and I took a couple of sneaky photos of him up really close. Where does this go? And it was just delightful. And then we had to pick him up and put him in. Oh, look at the sea now. We had to put him in. They put them in a wash basket, and then put another wash basket on top and tie it up with an elasticated, we call them octopus straps here. I'm not sure what you call them. The stretchy ones with the hooks on the end. And then we have to carry him into the scales and weigh him. And then I got to give him the smoothie, just in a syringe, straight into the mouth. Not with the needle, obviously. You know what I mean. The squeezy thing. So I got to feed him, It was delightful. It was so delightful. Ah, gorgeous. All right, so I'm going to start slowly making my way back to the car. Shall I go back by the bush path or by the road? There's a couple of waves happening over there that I'm just trying to get you in front of as well. So once we get back to Newcastle, I'm going to try and catch up on a whole heap of new street art that I don't know if you know a voyager who we used to see a lot on Hago, but I don't see her quite so much now that Hago's gone. Her screen name was Fiji. Her name's Fiona. She is out and about photographing street art all the time, and she's been up to Newcastle recently, and I've seen a lot of her photos, beautiful photos of new art in Newcastle. So I'm going to try and catch up with some of that if I can. Of course, I'm delivering my sand dunes tour from that house, which has Wi-Fi, so yeah, that's the best chance I'm going to get, is to deliver that sand dunes tour is from that house. But that's why I've delayed it. That's why I've postponed it. And I'm tossing up, because there's an entry charge, of course, and because it is an hour's drive. Whiskey did it last year, but there's no signal, or a very poor signal. I would have to record it. It's the largest Christmas light show in the Southern Hemisphere, is in our wine country in the Hunter Valley. So if I go there, there's going to be a cover charge. It's going to be an hour's trip. And I'm just undecided as to whether I'm going to attempt to do that or not. It would have to be a recording, not delivered live. So there's a lot of obstacles for that one. And I'm just, as I said, I'm undecided. So I need to have a think about that over the next few days, because we're going to be up there quite soon. All right, so let's head back towards my car. Back this way. So let me know if I've still got anyone, because I haven't seen anyone's comment for a little while. Starting to wonder if I've lost you all. Have one last look over this side before we turn back towards my car. Just over here. Laurie says, so are you coming to the US on your trip? I think it's unlikely, Laurie. At this point, we've really just looked at Southeast Asia because it's close and because it's relatively cheap, and we are basically self-funded and we don't have a lot, so we're looking at destinations that are cheap. And the second place that we looked at was Spain. Still here? Oh great, thanks Joanne. So yeah, I think it's unlikely. If there's a way that I can get there, I will. My brother lives in the States. I haven't seen him for years. He lives in California. Anything's possible. Okay, I've got a low battery signal, so let me just sort that out quickly. Get my cable out of here. There might be a little bump when I plug the battery in. Just bear with me for a second, guys. I think I'll go back via the road. Turn that on, put that in there. So the GoPro apparently has a much better battery life than this phone does, so that'll be good. All right, now we might see a little bump while I try and plug that into there. Oh no, all good. Hopefully that's all working. Emily says, had to pause for a phone call, so just catching up on the koalas. Love the stories. Yeah, good, thank you. Still here. Barbara says, I know you'll be doing some recorded tours, but are you leaving this platform for a bit, or is this it? Oh no, I'll be this is where I'll be, Barbara. This is where I'll be. The only thing that'll change will be the way that I deliver it to here. So I've explored with Annette's help. Annette goes, help me find something that allows me to do what Matt in Hong Kong does, which is to drop, so you can sit at home, introduce it live, and drop in a live recording into the live, if that makes sense. Rather than doing the YouTube premiere, where all I can do is use the chat along with you guys. I really like the way that Matt delivers his, where he actually introduces it live, and he can give you commentary that may have been missed. There may be a reason why you can't speak during the recording. You might be in a place of worship, for example. There's going to be a lot of cave temples where we're going. And it's probably not going to feel right to be talking while I'm recording in places like that. So, or do you mean here, Barbara? I intend to continue wherever we are. I'm just working out ways that I can improve the way that I'm doing things. So, as I said, the new app that, well, it's not actually an app. It's a website. So you do it on your laptop at home and deliver a recording via a live stream. So that one will be the way that I deliver the recordings, and then I still intend to live stream as well. So it's all still learning new things, still new technology to learn, still trying to improve my editing skills when it comes to making recorded video more watchable, reducing all those arms like I just did there. Watching myself back, I've realised that I do a lot of them. So I tend to need to cut a lot out. Plus all those sideways ones that we used to do a lot of in Hago, I actually don't think they work very well watching back on a YouTube video. Might have worked live at the time, but I don't think they work very well. So there we go, another what have I missed? Oh, Barbara, thank you so much. You're so kind. Buffering. Oh no, it must be just this point here. This car park. It's this car park. All right, hang in there, guys. I'm going to head back towards that beach. I'm pretty sure it wasn't buffering at the beach. We're just heading back quickly towards my car and the beach. It's like we're in a little dead zone here in this car park, isn't it? Look, the houses are across the road. There's literally no reason why I should have streaming issues here. We are really looking forward to it, Barbara. I'm looking forward to all the food experiences. We love Southeast Asian food. I love Malaysian food. And, looking at the road, that's not very good. Malaysian food and Vietnamese food, I love them both. And we're going to, we don't know very much about Laos. And everything I hear about it, it sounds amazing. So that's kind of the new adventure for us, is to go to Laos and explore there and explore the food there. So yeah. Oh, it's all good. And if we get a chance, I actually have Sri Lanka on my radar as well. Our very good friend is Sri Lankan. We spent about a week there about 5 years ago, and it wasn't anywhere near long enough. So I've kind of got that on my distant radar at the moment, and we'll see how that goes. As I said, we won't rule anything out. and I've only got accommodation booked until the end of March, so there's lots of opportunities to change things. All right. Emily says, we have a new Japanese place here in my town. It is amazing. Finding a place with really good ramen. Oh yeah. But that one came into my feed. This is going to be difficult to cross. I'm going to go this way. That came in about 4 times, Emily, so we are still having that buffering issue. I'm going to walk along the beach, and I'll probably sign off over at the other end of the beach near the park. No shoes off today. Cynthia's not here and no one will tell her. We got our turf laid at the granny flat yesterday, and boy oh boy, that made a huge difference. Prior to that, we had 2 big huge piles of very sticky, muddy clay gunk, and we just looked at it every time we went there and went, what are we going to do with this? Oh, thanks, Sarah. Good. So the boys came in yesterday. We had a team. There was a crew of 5 people. I thought they were going to bring in a machine. Nope. They brought in 2 big Samoans. Because when we looked at it, we went, what, it's just you guys? And he said, oh, no, we've got two big Samoans. They're on their way. And yep, sure enough. By the end of the day, the dirt piles were gone. The turf was laid. And the place looks 100% on what it was. So jealous of Louise. Oh, yeah. So am I, Emily. Although we did visit South Korea about just before COVID, about 4 years ago. So glad we went there. That was an amazing trip. It wasn't cheap. We spent 3 weeks there, but boy oh boy, that was a great trip. All right. Joanne says, so much to see in Asia, you'll be spoilt for choice. Yeah, I know, Joanne. We actually had our honeymoon in Malaysia and Singapore. That was in 1987, a really long time ago. We will do things completely differently to the way that we did it then. Back then we were leery of street food, and we took on too much. We drove too many miles. We drove ourselves. We did it all in about 8 days, I think. I don't know, maybe a bit more. Maybe it was 2 weeks. Paid too much attention to the glitzy malls and the fancy hotels. This time, everything's the opposite. Our luggage is going to be small. Our accommodation, we're still looking for things that are reasonably roomy, but that we've gone for budget options wherever we can. And food, we're going to be trying everything. Sensibly, of course. We're still aware of our health and potential health risks, but we won't be shying away from really good street food. Of course, I understand that the best places to go are the ones where lots of people go, so the food's being turned over quickly. So if that means waiting a little longer, that probably means the food's really, really good. And it's cheap. All right, so what time is it? I've gone way over time, haven't I? Well, does anyone really care about time these days? As long as I don't do hours and hours. I mean, you know, what have I done? 5 minutes over? I'm going to walk back to my car. because I have to practice doing this sort of thing. Because apparently YouTube likes this sort of thing. Everyone I see on YouTube is doing this all the time. And, and you're always seeing the guide's face. And I'd much rather you looked at the scenery that I'm looking at rather than looking at my face. But there you go. You got to appeal to all your audiences, don't you? Anyway. No pretensions here. Oh, there's a girl going in the beach. Let's have a look. She's going in the water. She's got the beach all to herself. I will, Emily. I'm going to have to get a lot better at doing shorts and YouTube shorts, Facebook and Instagram reels. I'm going to have to get better at doing all of that. All right, I've got a battery warning again. Hang on. All right. Thanks, everyone, for joining me. I will wave goodbye and see you, if you're able to join me, on Saturday my time, which, to give you an idea, is a little over, it's like 2 days and a couple of hours from now, for the air show. So it's going to be the RAAF, the Royal Australian Air Force, which is located near here, is putting on an air show. So they're going to have all their, fighter planes doing manoeuvres and that sort of thing. That's down in Newcastle. So I just walked up a hill. That's why I'm huffing and puffing. So hopefully, if you can, it's 10 o'clock in the morning my time, which means it's quite late in Europe. I realise that. I think it's midnight your time. So understand if you can't make it. But see how you go. Alrighty. Thanks, everyone. I'm going to keep the camera running for just a little bit because of all the lagging. In case there's any danger that we're going to miss out on the end of this recording. So I'm just going to let it run for a few more minutes. Thanks, Anne. Thanks, Barbara. Thanks, Natalie. Thanks, everyone. Whew. Have a marvellous day wherever you happen to be. And I'm going to get home and let Richard go to the beach. He's going to go for a surf now down at 1 Mile Beach. He's going to take his bodyboard down there. All right. Thanks, everyone. And see you next time. Bye for now. Bye. Thank you, Susan.